Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's match day, Ball League, match day, ball predictions. Last week we went 2 for 6. Let's do better. Vamos. Starting off with the early game of the week, we have Vision FC against Depot Trio. Vision, 1 win out of 3, 1 draw. Lost in a close game against NDL last week. As for Depot Trio, they are winless in 3. They've lost all 3 games this week. However, both of their team news, the big news is for Vision. There'll be no Florian Kashati this week, and there's no Hamderson Makula. As for Depot Trio, they have gone for more experience, bringing the likes of Adam Dawson, Julian Lescott in, and they've also brought in Jaden Raymond, Crystal Palace youngster, plays in their academy, so let's see what he can do. And also the big news for them is that Mampolo, Frank Hesse, the 2 franchise ballers, are both on the bench for this week. But with that being said, I'm going to go with a Vision win. That firepower of Yassine and Joshua Park up top might be too much for Depot Trio. Next up, we have Clutch FC against Ruckus. Both of these teams yet to win to start the season. Both of these teams both had games against teams that went to the Final Four and actually played really, really well. I was impressed with their Ruckus performance against SDS and MVPs and their performance against United. But I do think this is going to be a draw in my opinion. I think maybe an Ergus Pepe penalty and a Dom Perez might go down to Dom Perez 1-on-1. Game 3, we have the repeat of the final last season, SDS FC against MVPs. Both of these teams haven't hit the levels they hit last season. Between them, they have a combined total of 2 wins. I believe for MVP this week, Timmy Abraham is back by you, but he will be on the bench. And also, Eddie Mayeko, the gunman of last season, he is also on the bench for them. As for SDS, funny enough, their former player, Alfie Matthews, does start for them this week. But the big miss for them will be Camilo Restrepo at the back, as he suffered a big injury, and he might be out for the rest of the season. So that might come back to cost them and haunt them. And also some big news for SDS is that their captain, Michael Felivi, has also been dropped to the bench this week. So with that being said, I'm going to say MVP, PSV, DVD, SDS in 5. And we have probably the game of the night, the game for the main game, the NDL against the 26ers. This is probably the best offensive team, in my opinion, against the best defensive team. And NDL, Nickel Ball is starting to cook every single week. I mean, last against Depot Trio, they went full BT on them. Last week against Vision, they came through with a big win. The big news is for them is that the mystery player and Krasniki are not in the squad. However, the all-time to score Ball League, Matthias Vaghorn, is there to start this week. And Amin Sassi has been dropped, and Tyler Winters come back into the side for them. So with that being said, I do think they're going to win this game. But I think it's going to be a close game. I don't think many goals because they're so good defensively. If it comes down to a +1 game changer, I think I could definitely see Jardel Sterling scoring there. Then we have the next game. We have Minimenters M7 against Angry News United. And yeah, Angry News obviously not available as he's on the jungle in Australia. So Steve Rank is filling in for him. And boy, do they need a win. Yet to win to start, winless to start the season. As for M7, they are undefeated to start the season. The big news from United this week is that Brian Lee has been dropped. There is still no Max Pittman in goal. And unfortunately, there's no Jesse Wallace. Harry Kane is also out. And there is no young Ahura Haidari. With that being said, I do think this might be a game for the Serbian sniper, Stefan Ilic. And can Sam Fitzgerald replicate what he did last week? Let's see. As for United, if there's one person they're going to have to turn to, I think it's going to be Cadell Daniel. I think he's been really, really good for them. So I think this game is actually going to be the draw. The final game of the evening, we have Wembley Rangers against N5. N5, the only team to win, have a 100% record. Most goals scored, fewest goals conceded. They've been really, really good. I'm just praying this game goes to a 1-on-1 because on the one hand, you have Dom Perez. He is Mr. 1-on-1. And on the other hand, you have Martin Vaghorn, who showed you against 26ers how lethal he can be in a 1-on-1. So I'm praying for that. But with that being said, I think N5 just edge it out in my opinion. But yeah. Overall, those are my predictions. Let me know down below yours. And as always, to like and follow for more. And hey, at the end of the day, if I got these wrong, come back and laugh at me. So yeah.